second day of Black History Month, a month when America reflects on the contributions and experiences of Black Americans to American history and to our country's quest to ensure it lives up to its promises of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for all, we meet to ask the question, is parent choice a civil right? Is access to quality education worthy of the energy, vigor, attention, and debate of other rights we advocate for every day? Let's get started. I'm going to ask everybody on my panel to introduce themselves. And as we're doing that, we're going to put up a poll. We want to know who is listening in. We're going to give you an option to choose. Are you a parent, an educator, a funder, a journalist, an advocate, or a policymaker? Some of you.
So let me explain. He said, is parenting or is it a civil right? And I'll tell you how it is. Is your right once you have a child, is your right and your responsibility to ensure that adequacy happens. States have an obligation to you to ensure access. That's how come you're included in the census and you're included in the count. So regardless of their perceptions, understand my perception is hell yes. Choice to ensure adequacy for your child happens because you understand you have the right to ensure adequacy. Let's listen.
Fall in many different categories as I do, but choose the one you most identify with. This will give those in the audience an understanding of who's listening, but also give our panel at least some guidance in really how to direct their questions. So we're going to start with you, Lakeisha Young, out on the West Coast. Please introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from and who you represent.
Mm-hmm. Hi, my name is Lakeisha Young. I am the co-founder and CEO of the Oakland Reach. And I just said it. I represent Black and brown families attending Oakland Public Schools, Oakland, California. I'm a mom of three.
O-Town.
I'm a mom of three, so I don't want to forget that. I've got a daughter that's about
T. Willard Fair, president of the Urban League of Greater Miami.
Now I'm with us today. Great. We have about 40% of those on this Zoom that are advocates for public education, and that's how they most identify. We also have parents and educators as well. So I just wanted to give you all a taste of where we are and what we're going to do today. So let's get started. In 1973, in a case called San Antonio District versus Rodriguez, it established that education is not a right guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution. But last year, former Minnesota Supreme Court Justice Alan Page called for a constitutional amendment to give every child in Minnesota an equal right to a quality education. The proposal came on the heels of new research by the Minneapolis Fed that showed that in Minnesota had some of the worst educational disparities in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Shavar, I want to come to you first. In states where there is a constitutional right giving parents and students the right to a quality education, Do parents have legal standing to choose where their children go to school
if a state has to provide public services because they get the money from the federal government, and then in order to get that money from the federal government, they have to put up their fair share, and then you as an individual have a right. So I want to listen to him explain that.
that if they can prove they're not getting that right? And if a parent came to you with this case in a state
is being denied access while they are appropriately creating access for some, they're denying and restricting access for others.
where the right to education was guaranteed, would you represent her or him? And what would be your strategy as an attorney?
Yeah, so great question. Just so everyone is aware, as Curtis laid out, while there isn't a federal constitutional right to an education, many state constitutions, in fact, a majority of state constitutions in the country.
Now, I want to understand how come he said there is no federal mandate for public education.
Grant some qualitative right to an effective education to students. States are all over the map in terms of what that quality benchmark looks like. Some states have said that's a minimal education.
And even if it's offered as a minimal,
some have even said it's basically a basic 8th grade education to enable basic competencies in terms of reading and writing. Some, like the great state of New Jersey, where I'm from, have a more ambitious vision, which talks about the type of education that will enable students to be competitive in the economic.
I didn't mean to do that. So no, I needed to listen to this because I'm getting pissed.
Labor markets and also to practice the responsibilities of citizenship. Most courts that have interpreted these principles in the context of litigation have required a variety of remedies within the have required more funding. And we absolutely know we need more funding in many of our schools, particularly our urban schools. We know for too long they've been disinvested in.
because I gotta see the top of that one. Close you.
And in as much as folks may say they want to be progressive and be about racial justice,
There's a word for it, but you can find it. If you go to the federal government, it will explain to you. Let's finish listening. Haven't even gotten a few minutes in there.
represent a client of the type you described, Curtis, to frankly push against the assumptions of the ways in which these remedies have been drawn to either enable local
education of the operative term, this term quality. Scott of Florida.
and how the governor and others have made the other person
Was it in Florida and around the country?
my educational village. All of those schools are underperforming schools.
Yeah, and
They
you
have
need to have parents
underperformed
in
ever
there.
since I was chairman of the State Board of Education. They will continue to underperform until the attitude of the parents to whom the children belong to value education. There is no significant value placed on education by the parents to whom the children belong to. So choice is just choice for those who understand the value of choice. But the majority of people in my district send their children to school because the law says that they must go there, and they have completed and are in compliance with the law. So until we restore value to education, until the parents believe that no matter what the circumstances are, if I educate my child, their life can be better. That attitude does not exist in Liberty City. We send them there because the law says we must send them there. And if we don't send them there, then we may not get our welfare check.
Let's get a parent perspective on this. Lakeisha, I want to come to you. And you've made a lot of news recently, Lakeisha. Oakland and Los Angeles parents and students filed a lawsuit accusing California and its top education leaders of violating the state constitution by denying traditionally underserved students equal access to education opportunities during this COVID pandemic. The Oakland Reach, which you are CEO and co-founder, along with Community Coalition, was party to this lawsuit. How are you and other leaders, other families, other organizations able to organize parents and students around this lawsuit? And what can other organizations around the country learn from you all in California?
Well, first I need to pick my mouth up off the floor for a second. Okay, so just give me a 5 seconds on that. On what I just heard. I do have to start off by saying parents do care about their kids' education. They care about their kids' education, especially Black and brown families. Because when you think about how much they overcome, given that some of us have the privilege, right, of sending our kids to school, but knowing we can pay the mortgage and the rent, and we got the income coming in with no problems, right? But for a parent to really be fighting for their kids' education, but they still trying to figure out how to pay the light bill and put groceries in. What the gap we build and we sue.
good brother
Throw it
George
over, man.
Parker.
Just throw it over.
In 2008, parents and students in Rhode Island brought a class action suit claiming they didn't have access to civics education. The judge dismissed the case and rejected that equal protection claim, but agreed that although the United States Supreme Court left the door open just a crack
For equal
reconsideration of this 1973 decision that I mentioned earlier around there not being a guarantee in the U.S. Constitution for education, he interpreted that crack to allow the courts to consider a case in the future that alleges that students are receiving education that is totally inadequate. So he uses the term totally inadequate as a sort of a means to say, if you can prove this, then this is worth.
Up using a Ruby. Between that.
So this one, highly qualified. Let's
Also, we just had an election.
Are there some that got to party has led throughout this country. On the funding issue. Preference. I'm a very proud grad. System accountable, providing the type of educational opportunity resources and
Lavar's point about adequate versus quality, because we have results of our poll, and 90.
Right? I wanted kids. In a public school.
One last poll question, and this is the idea of right versus privilege of a quality education. And so this is the last question for you, for those in the audience. education, and families of choice, giving families a choice to write to other public schools, traditional public or charter schools for their children, as Florida and other states have tried.
Don't all jump in at one time. I'm done. I'm going outside now. Toby. Okay. Today's going to be a work day. I'm getting some music out here and start reorganizing the patio because the people are coming. Okay. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's hear some music. Let's hear City on Fire by Kevon Hardin Slade is his name. His mama was caught up just like me. But let's just hear it. That's not it. Here we go. It's appropriate. Because it's my city on fire. My city on fire. I'm sorry I fight ya. I'm just trying to be better. Too cold for a sweater. Nah, there's no forever. We on search for better. We on search for better. We on search for better. My city on fire. I'm sorry I fight ya. I'm just trying to be better. Too cold for a sweater. But there's no forever. We on search for better. We on search for better. For better. I think they mad that I said something. Ugly nigga for ransom. But my brother's alright. I'm trying to be a provider. Where I'm from is all violent. Safer to keep silent. It's hard for me to choose you. Scare my life would abuse you. My city on fire. I'm sorry I fight ya. I'm just trying to be better. Too cold for a sweater. Learn there's no forever. We on search for better. We on search for better. For better. And I can't wait to tell my mama that I made it. Man, I'm tired of the stressing and I'm tired of this fake shit. I see the vision, said there ain't no being lazy. Gotta wake up early morning, yeah, the money never waiting. My mama
show them different when you worry about you bitches. Stack your dreams, travel far and fast, but she mentioned I bring my love a better way in 7 days, cause the people in my city really steady acting shady. R.I.P. dope boy, ain't get to make it through. Man, I'm truly scarred, why it had to be you. Do it on your own, now you had to lose your life. We just wouldn't make it out, see if that you catch a flight. I'm sorry I fight ya. I'm just trying to be better. Too cold for a sweater. Learn there's no forever. We on search for better. We on search for better. For better. Keep it real, I don't know who to trust. They love you when you down, but they hate you when you up. Now you my brother, but you stealing from me blood. I just peep shit, now I gotta like a trust. She been welling on me, though for real. Ever since my brother died, mama said I need to chill. Baby, take your time, I promise you gotta heal. I just push her to the side, but I still feel it still. I've been hurting, broke past, got me spurging. Blue mask, I've been purging. Glizzy cocked back, got my mind set on murder. Got my mind set on murder. My city on fire. I'm sorry I fight ya. I'm just trying to be better. Too cold for a sweater. There's no forever. We on search for better. We on search for better. For better.
Who's there? Crazy. I got busy. Oh, yeah. Here another one. This is Kevon's music. Enjoy, y'all. It's a new day. It's a new dawn.
be some. We gon' be some. We gon' be some. We gon' be some. We gon' be some. And don't forget, we got reasons. Brody in that jam, and I ain't seen them. They didn't have no faith, we was gon' be some. Brody called my phone, we gon' be some. We gon' be some. We gon' be some. Yeah, we gon' be some. Yeah. We gon' be some. Yeah. We gon' be some. And Brody off that perk and he can't feel none. Only take these drugs so we can feel none. When we was down bad, they didn't say none. Now niggas touching toe, they wanna see some. Pretty city lights, they really mean some. If you ain't on your shit, you ain't gon' be none. Got up off my ass, I'm gon' be some. Got up off my ass, I'm gon' be some. And I'm shooting for the stars, I'm going farther. And I'm with all my brothers, yeah, we going farther. Took a couple losses, but they won't bother. Yeah, I'm working harder, yeah, I'm working harder. We got reasons, Brody in the deep end. And yeah, I'm grinding, and all this shit I'm peeping. Won't stop working until I'm living lavish. My mama need it, so I gotta have it. And don't forget, we got reasons. Brody in that jam, and I ain't seen them. They didn't have no faith, we was gon' be some. Brody called my phone, we gon' be some. We gon' be some. We gon' be some. Yeah, we gon' be some. Yeah, we gon' be some. I'm tryna chase my fucking dream, I'm tryna make a way. You don't understand this pain. Boys, yeah, they fine, tryna brush your brain. Understand it's cold, yeah, this shit is strange. And if you ain't chasing your dream, get the fuck away. I've been on the road, tryna on the lane. Brody, get my car bill on the way. You gon' meet me at the mall, I'm splurging, yeah. 150 on my diamond, yeah. And don't forget, we got reasons. Brody in that jam, and I ain't seen them. They didn't have no faith, we was gon' be some. Brody called my phone, we gon' be some. 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 Man up, growing up like a young, nobody believe you. Cause this world set you up for failure. My mama always had love, she told me we'll be something. My pop showed me the way to be something. It's all a process until we up, gang. Going through every emotion, we gon' be something. I gotta be a leader for my people. I gotta be an example for my people. I told my brothers and my sisters, believe anything. Don't let the world tell you that you're not, man. Cause we gon' be up in that song, man. And we gon' be up in that song, man. And don't forget, we got reasons. Brody in that jam, and I ain't seen them. They didn't have no faith, we was gon' be some. Brody called my phone, we gon' be some. We gon' be some. We gon' be some. Yeah, we gon' be some. We gon' be some. We gon' be some.
Amen. It's going to happen. And the real deal is that, you're only going to be what you believe you will be in America. Who are you? And, the conversation on C-SPAN was really real this morning, as it was only talking about public education in America. And the reality is that, do you even understand the mandatedness of attending public education in America? Because it's mandated. Hey, Lou Rock, I didn't know you were in there. Didn't show you. But, because you do rock, and you show up. And here we are. And what are we talking about this morning? I'm talking about public education, as it is mandatory. Most people just don't understand the intent behind the mandatoriness of public ed. Because if you're not doing what you should be doing, then guess what? You're not allowed to participate. And that is a certain thing. And I know I invited someone to the show, but he doesn't have the program anymore. And participation is everything, or engagement is what it is. But AI is real and relative. And you don't have to be a writer anymore. But you do have to have self-expression. You have to have the ability to articulate. Oh, LinkedIn sends notifications too. And the people that you follow, well, just follow them. Because if you're not out there sharing, guess what? You're not leading. And that's just real. So many people only know what they know. And they can fit in where they fit in. And they need to get in where they fit in, because that's the place for them. But if you choose not to do anything, you're living in a small little tiny box. And your box is just too tiny, boo. And I do mean tiny. Simply as an individual born in the year of whatever, because I was born in 1958. So, then I had my child, and one in 1987, one in 84, and one in 1997. And here I am, sitting here in my patio at the age of 66, having a conversation with so many. And people don't understand this is a worldwide program. It's just worldwide. And out here sowing these seeds, and I'm saying, please subscribe to my podcast over there on Spotify, as they're not supporting me, because I have more than 1,000 shows over there, and more than 16,000 views, but never in one moment. You get it? You know what I'm saying? So I probably could hit 1 million, and it wouldn't matter, because you'd be going over the old shows, not the new shows. And for whatever reason, the count is daily and every moment. And all I have to do is encourage people to subscribe and share and like, because you're going to like something. So why not like something that you might find out a little bit of information on? And like I said, I'm learning just like you're learning. And just as the conversation was this morning on C-SPAN, it really didn't happen this morning. It happened way back. You know what I'm saying? But the deal is that when it did happen, who was paying attention? And what did you do about it? And if you did nothing, understand where we are is because of choice, because you did nothing. Absolutely nothing. I got to check my messages simply because, I do certain things. Oh, it says, thanks for the notice. I didn't bring my headphones today, so to listen. Congrats on another episode. That's what Harrison says. And I have a girlfriend, Deborah French, and she always sends me good mornings in the morning. And the first blessing says, Friday blessing says, God, as we reach the end of the week, we thank you for another day, for all the blessings of the week. Amen. Digital creations. That was one. That was just one of the. And good things come to those who believe. Better things will come to those who are patient. And the best things come to those who just don't give up. Oh, wow. And then, may God open the windows of heaven and pour out his riches and blessings for you. Good morning. Bless you. And that's what she sends me. And that's like, in the mornings. And then, of course, more people need you. But, I do, what do you call it? Subscribe to the city traffic, whatever. And they have accidents all night. And I'm telling you, here in Nevada, what they need to do is do what California did. If you were somewhere drinking and you had too many drinks, guess what? You too get to share in the obligation and responsibility for intoxicating that individual. You should have sent them home in a taxi, they say, because you knew how many drinks you gave them. And I said, well, I agree with that. And so wherever Henry Ruggs was until 4 something in the a.m., filling up on the drinks and the unknown toxins. Know this. Those people too should have shared in the responsibility of allowing him to do what? To go home on his own when he was intoxicated. And like I said, had they did that, people would be limiting the drinks. I mean, because that's what California does, Nevada, and it should be a federal law that, if you sitting up there filling somebody up on the alcohol and you know that they're too intoxicated to go home, that you take their keys and call them a taxi and then charge them to send their car home. Whatever. But responsibility is what it is. It's just like, in the school situation. In public schools, you don't know anything. You just don't know anything because you don't even understand why you have to send your child to a public school that would be failing the people who look like you. And I'm confused too because, it's a mandatory kind of thing. I mean, it's just mandatory. And who gets to oversee that mandatoriness of public education? Well, if you's in a state that you didn't understand what was going on, boo, you could get caught up. They could take your baby. You had no idea that shit could happen. And then they would say, use mental. Of course you would be. I'd lose my effing loving mind if someone tried to take my child. And I have people who confide in me. I met a lady and I never ever really met her, but her name was Hope. And she said that the state had taken over whatever of her child. And I said, how did the state get to do that? She signed some kind of paper. She wasn't paying attention. She signed some kind of paper. And then the state was controlling her child's, stuff. And I'm saying, I'm saying, here's what you do. Because even though he's like an adult, the responsibility to ensure adequacy still comes from who? You, the parent. And so she had partial but not full, and she's fighting to gain it back because then the state took over. And just understand, state has an obligation to the Department of Rehabilitation and, equal access and the training part that comes under Social Security. And you could still be disabled and still receive your Social Security. But you have to be in a program called the ABLE program. And I did a video on the ABLE program too. But guess what? It's something you have to apply for. But you can make up to $100,000 and it could be set aside just in case the demise of your overseers, which would be your parents, so that they could earn money that, you could help take care of and have choice for yourself. And I'm saying, you see, when you're truly born with a disability based on what? An environmental reason. Like I had my child, he had a disability. I was working in a toxic environment, and I really was. And that the state had been involved. OSHA hadn't been involved until the Columbus River College to get those copiers out of that room like that. But my boss, he got his disability because he was disabled too. He was found to have some kind of cancer. I mean, his life was just so much more harsher than mine. But guess what? That was his choice too, because he knew he didn't want to fire me. And so his boss came over and fired me. And simply, the state knew that I should have gotten a lawyer because I could have won. I could have gotten my disability, but the state gave me Social Security disability at the age of 38. And I'm just 66. And if you go to my Facebook page, you will see I look like I was 38 still, I think. It's not funny. But anyway, Facebook, Darlene Billups Anderson. That would be DARLENE BILLUPS Anderson, NDARSON. And Facebook, I was on Facebook when Obama first, and I was an Obama mama, and I just shared Facebook building capacity for Obama. And I understand that this is nothing more than just a tool, but it is a tool that can open up your eyes to understand that it is we the people, and you only get but you understand that you're entitled to. But it could be sitting on the table, you never receive it. Why? Simply because you just never understood that it is we, the people, and the people who choose to show up were those ones who benefit. And that's just real. And as I understand what the benefit is, I enjoy the benefits every day. I'm going to put another song on of my nephew's because I'm helping to promote him and I'm his promoter. Here we go. Listen up. It's Kevon Harden. And let's see. Let's listen to this one.
I'm just trying to. And I'm just trying to make that change that I want in life. And I know that I ain't perfect, I ain't always right. But I'm always out here working, I'ma get what's mine. Everyone look the same when they see them lights. We trying to stay out the way, the lights out for our lives. I'm out the way, the lights out for our lives. I'm just trying to make that change that I want in life. And I know that I ain't perfect, I ain't always right. But I'm always out here working, I'ma get what's mine. Everyone look the same when they see them lights. Trying to stay out the way, the lights out for our lives. The lights out for our lives. Lack of feeling our conversation, I feel different. Seeing shit from a different side, I move different. Able to process the situation, I'm too gifted. The look in your face, explain all your pain, and you not ready yet. And I'm that nigga who used to this. I've been put to the test, my scout where I wanna go. I feel that foreign the best. Used to get groovy to the jazz, now I completed the test. I feel that it's for the best. I'm just trying to make that change that I want in life. And I know that I ain't perfect, I ain't always right. But I'm always out here working, I'ma get what's mine. Everyone look the same when they see them lights. We tryna stay out the way, the lights out for our lives. I'm out the way, the lights out for our lives. I'm just tryna make that change that I want in life. And I know that I ain't perfect, I ain't always right. But I'm always out here working, I'ma get what's mine. Everyone look the same when they see them lights. Tryna stay out the way, the lights out for our lives. The lights out for our lives. Going through the tropical, had to sacrifice. Yeah, I gotta do what's right, and you know it's right. If I ever switch a lane, I ain't trying to be fake. I just don't focus on the hate, I'm trying to elevate. I'm just focused, gotta move forward, have to be a greater me. Cause the old me didn't give no fucks, he was really being bad. Now it's strictly MMO, money motivated. Yeah, we flying towards smoke, keep a smile on my face, but yeah, I'm truly scarred. Shit really got hard, but I never fall, so really my brother died. I'm just trying to make that change that I want in life, that I want in life. We trying to stay out the way, the lights out for our lives. The lights out for our lives. I'm just trying to make that change that I want in life. And I know that I ain't perfect, I ain't always right. But I'm always out here working, I'ma get what's mine. Everyone look the same when they see them lights. Trying to stay out the way, the lights out for our lives. The lights out for our lives.
quiet for a second. Yeah, because I forgot. And one more song. So one more song. Go here. Oh no, I'm gonna go to my notes. Go back. One. That's not it. Let me see which one.
I've been trying to catch your attention, I just pray that you notice. Anything that you could compare, we do you really just focus. Me and getting out the way, stacking up, really just focus. I've been trying to make that change, you know it really ain't easy. They're so good to speak on my dreams, they really don't believe me. I've been trying to make my own way, I know this shit ain't easy. I know this shit ain't easy. But I'ma make it, yeah, just believe me. I've been trying to find your love, but it been so distant. Thinking back to those old days, yeah, I really just miss it. You knew what it was from jump, you know I really am different. I ain't waiting on your love, you know that I'm gon' get it. Don't go blame me for my ways, never said that I was perfect. Every time I'm out the way, you know I'm out here working. I've been out here with my enemies, know we known for lurking. Knowing you waiting at home, I done found my purpose. I've been trying to catch your attention, I just pray that you notice. Anything that you could compare to, do you really just focus? Me and gang out the way, stacking up, really just focus. I've been trying to make that change, you know it really ain't easy. They so quick to speak on my dreams, they really don't believe me. I've been trying to make my own way, I know this shit ain't easy. I know this shit ain't easy. But I'ma make it, yeah, just believe me.
Hey, this shit ain't easy. Alright, let's see. 1 hour and 45 minutes into the show. 7:43. And I'm gonna say thank you all for coming and hanging out. I'm about to hang out with my son. So I'll be back. Y'all have a blessed day now. And follow my podcast over there on Spotify, Parent Empowerment Half an Hour.